Hey, how are you doing? Oh, wow, this is from like yesterday or something. Yeah. So how is everyone doing? I think I told everyone that I started, I think. But man, I have been reading this thing for the last weeks, more or less. I can tell you, it's crazy. I didn't expect it to be this crazy, although there's a lot of mambo jumbo here and there. There's some utter like crazy shit that I probably can't talk about because it's not the suppose. We're talking about the starting. What makes this what happened? Let's just say, right? You know, like I read a bit of the three books. I had time this time to read them, and I can tell you this: the first book, The Law of the Sun. Let me just first say there's three books, right? The Law of the Sun, The Law of Eternity, and the Golden Laws. Those are the three books. You can find all three of them on the internet. Simple as that. Second, the Law of the Sun is basically an overview. The Law of Eternity is basically like the best way to describe it is what happens in every part of like the created universe. Like for example, it goes like, this is what the fourth dimension is like, and this is how the fifth dimension is like, and this is like the all that until the nin. Because as I said before in the last place, humans can only enter to the ninth dimension. Crazy, I know. Apparently, that's what it says. The last one, which is by far the most crazy, is first like an overview on why you should follow him, and then like a complete overview about like let's call it the history of the West and the East. I read the West because the East, I know nothing about the East. I literally know nothing about India or China. Well, I know a bit about India or China. I should read that part only to know if like Attila the Hun was some kind of an eight-dimensional creature that destroyed the world or something. Actually, I'm going to read it right now. I'm gonna check right now. Let me check. Law of the Sun. Where is it? Aha! Here. I need to know if Attila the Hun is actually like some kind of weird, some kind of demon. He's probably in hell, in one of the hells, but I need to know if he's a demon or something. The Lance of the Rising Sun. That's a bit too much. No, it doesn't say anything about like the Chinese, like maybe it says something about it in like Rome and I miss it. Okay, page 43. It has to say something. Or the Middle Ages. Yeah, it should be in the Middle Ages. 45. Okay, Middle Ages, I don't care about that part. I was mostly reading, to tell you the truth, because when you read the chapter it says German idealism, and I wanted to know what happens there. That's a bit too much. No, it doesn't mention Attila. A book that mentions Hitler but doesn't mention Attila. Oh, there we go. I didn't want to mention him, but now that I did it, apparently, let's see. Hegel isn't in hell. Most of the young Hegelians are in hell for some reason, and that means like most of the German philosophers. Marx is in hell apparently. Lenin is not in hell. Stalin is in hell. Mao Zedong is not in hell. Yeah, it's kind of like you aren't sure why someone goes there. Oh, also Nietzsche is in hell for some reason. It's quite choosy about who goes or who doesn't go there. But yeah. And it takes a lot about the books. Technically speaking, talks about what do you say, Buddha. It's a lot of Buddha, but at the same time, they talk about Jesus Christ and this, but mostly Buddha. It's kind of like if I made a religion and I call it about like Jesus being like the main guy, right? But every so often I mention Buddha or Lao Tse or Zatsu or you know, other Eastern philosophers that I know basically nothing about. Philosophers or religious figures. It's something. Also, the Golden Laws not only goes about like the past, the East, and Japan. It goes on in others. It also goes into the future. And says shit like the Archangel Michael will revive in what was the name, in Malaysia or something like that. It's insane. Oh yeah, and the Archangel Michael was before Plato. It's like that. Although, I wanted to talk about something a bit more simpler than future events or German idealism. I wanted to talk about what is and what is like the central core values of this. Like, I still don't know what the central core values is. I just know about like this sci-fi creation. But the basis is this. Just to put like the base. There's the third dimension, which is the one where we come from. Like an onion, there's a layer above it that's called the fourth dimension. In the fourth dimension is where spirits go when they die, if they want, because some of them stay in the third dimension slowly rotting, basically. so there's ghosts, but they go to the fourth dimension, right? In the fourth dimension, let me close this thing. In the fourth dimension, as I was speaking, there's like a space that Lucifer, when they were trying to get rid of him, just took over, and that's where all the hells are, and he's the leader, the owner of hell. The fifth to ninth dimension are basically several layers of understanding the truth of Buddha, which is basically love and happiness and shit like that. And most people don't go don't go up those things. Also, if you are basically a reincarnated person, that means that in your past you probably were reincarnated. That's basically there's. Well, it's kinda weird because it's the dimension of the fourth dimension is the dimension of time, which lets you like talk with people that are already dead in some other like time. Like you would be able to speak with with Margaret Thatcher if you wanted. In a seance. Is what I use in the thumbnail, but also like the spiritual, the starting of the spiritual dimension. And the fifth is basically the people that are good go to the fifth, and so on and so forth. Most people, as I told you, are descendants from Venusians, which was the first life on the planet. But Venusians were destroyed and they were sent to Earth by Cantare, who was before El Migliore, etc. etc. That's the basics of it, of what we talked last time. That's basically it. And that's why, to have it more simplified and having some help, visual aids, where is it? Yeah, to have some visual aids, I made a bit of a graph to talk about the you know how things were apparently for some reason. Okay, let's go. Okay, we talked about yeah, as you can see, this is the first thing there. Before like anything starts, let's have a reminder that the cat people from the Malaysian whatever came to Earth and killed all the dinosaurs. Basically, they were the meteorite, but they didn't want to leave, so they stayed, and they were very, very jealous of the Venusians. So they are basically are proxy to like Satan, if you want, if you will. Well, they're basically Satan. Da, 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 da. Give me 1 second. Yes, cut people demons. Yes, no, no joking here. Cut people demons. Yes. I have the luck to have found the book and read about it, and yes, indeed, there are cut people demons in here. Before the civilizations we're talking about, there were some a great race, a new race in Earth. You know, um, obviously, humankind before they were even like in diapers, they had several civilizations before them. Some cultures start there, but uh, they were destroyed basically. Let me see. Here. The first one over here is Garna. Garna was a civilization, apparently a civilization of several ethnic groups, where they were basically in a. This is kind of wrong. They were in a landmass that was kind of like hugging each other, like this is Africa and this is South America. And they were like hugging each other, like combined together. They were warlike and they kind of have something different. Okay, okay. Let's go for the simple. They had the men in the Garna civilization had a third eye. The Garna civilization were not a single civilization, but a lot of like little civilizations together, for what I can understand, and they were warring each other in like their land. While the men had a third eye, which they used for psychokinesis, as it says in the book. And I shit you not, women, instead of having a third eye, have basically a super spiritual womb that let them talk with the spirits from the fourth dimension, so they could impregnate them. And so abortions weren't needed, as she could basically choose to get pregnant. Weird fuck, holy shit. The, obviously, let's talk it to be clear. This was before any civilization. This was basically the only civilization that existed. Yes, they had to negotiate. They had to negotiate. One day, like nothing ever happened. Suddenly, uh, the continents, Africa and South America, like split instantly, without ever being able to do anything, and the Garna civilization was over. There's stories that it's here over here in this country, this city that I don't remember the name, Emilam or something like that. They had a precognition, so instead of telling everyone, they built a boat and escaped the destruction of Garna, basically. Nobody important was born in this like civilization. Like in the next ones, you will see a lot of things, but bas- yes, they basically escaped, and basically Garna civilization over. It got destroyed. 300, 300,000 years ago, the next civilization, the Mutram civilization, was uh, basically a very large civilization that lived all along the Antarctic. But the thing is that at some point the Antarctic wasn't in the Antarctic, in the place where we're talking, it was in a different like axis. They were like going around, having no problem with like ice and shit like that. Different from the Garna civilization, they didn't have a third eye or psychic womb. They instead of doing what the other one, instead of going to war with each other over like slights for whatever reason, the Neutron civilization loved food, and they created lots of food because they were for some reason like that. And it says in the book that if you are kind of like into dieting and shit like that, it's because you have been reincarnated from something from this civilization. Yeah, I know. Crazy, I know. Instead of what normally happened, Moira, which is one of the seven or no, like 11 like spirits, which I fucking forget the names, so I have to write them down. Who was previously which was not previously in the future will become Moises. Try to tell the Mutram, hey, could you stop being like that and stop like being so obsessed with food and shit like that, and they killed him because they were taking away their food and they did the correct things. Fuck you, Moses. The peace lovers, they surely love to burn the heretic. The civilization itself was doing okay, and suddenly like the axis that was wasn't in Antarctica shifted to Antarctica, and like in a day the planet went like instead of going to the sides went directly up, which made them see that the stars like moved in the other direction, and so they thought that they were like falling apart, but actually they were just like moving, and that's actually a very cool concept. But nothing much I can say about Mutram other than that. They lived, they laughed, they died. The next civilization, which was 8600 years ago, was the Lemuria civilization, which makes me think that it's actually he meant to say Lemuria because of the place that it is. Lemuria in real life is this theoretical landmass that existed between Madagascar and Africa that led like lemurs to like move to the other side of the island. It was theoretical because it was theoretical. Because it was created because people they couldn't understand how there were lemurs like in both like the near them like in the island and outside the island, so they had to have a way to enter it. uh, I think lemurs probably swam maybe, but who knows. Or maybe there were two groups, various groups, and somewhere on the island before like the place well changed. Anyways, in Lemuria, El Maria, which is Zeus, which is going to be Zeus, and Manu, who I have no fucking idea who he was. Uh, they started to compete with each other, and with that started art competitions. As you see, the concept is basically the first Garna civilization was about psychics, the second was about food, and this one, as the other ones, this one is about art. And they were like art, and they loved art, and they made art competitions. And Margaret, tried to start doing something that he couldn't do, which was unite the church and the state, because they, as they were saying, people that are like closer to God are better politicians. For what I can read, that's what they say. Ugh. Also, Lemuria was like this gigantic continent that was on the Indian Ocean. Apparently, it was bigger than any other continent, but I don't know. I don't think so. Geographically impossible. As the other ones, as like, well, instead of Garna and Mutram, Lemuria after a while it just like sank underwater, like instantly, because every movement like that happens is just instantly. Which brings us to Mu, or Moa. Mu was a civilization that was created with Lemuria. Lemuria, instead of being, you know, like a normal country, it was a colony from Lemuria. No, Mu instead was a colony. This civilization, instead of Lemuria, created like electricity with pyramids that transferred electricity from the sun. Yes. But when they started to hear that Lemuria basically sank underwater, and when they started to hear that they became like independent from it instantly. Zoroaster, or Escalante by this, uh, invented the art of bowing down, like in Japanese style, in there. And Kuthumi, who is Isaac Newton in the future, created lighting, or electricity to be more exact, which he used with the pyramids. And during that time, Lamu, who was a person, became the priest king of Mu. Lamu is was going to become Buddha, and at that moment, Amore, which is just Spanish for love, but in the stupid language that he invented means something else. Yeah, the next ones, uh, Lamu basically. I don't remember why Lamu got destroyed. I have no fucking idea. I kinda forgot. It's too much information, you know. I have to go back to the book to check. Ugh. Da, 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 da. Um, da. Ah, there we go. Uh, at some point, because even though these guys are like powerful spirits, they are connected to like normal lifespans. You know, huh. As it was a normal lifespan, and they died. And once Lamu died, and he was like the best, trying to like you know, he tried his best. And as always, you have like these successors that are pieces of shit, and they basically just made like this empire like shit. And as most of the others, they sank to the ground without anything else to say. While they were Lamu, while they were trying to do this, um, they when Mu sank, they left to South America. In South America, they invented the Incan Empire. They went to Asia, Vietnam, to I think to be exact, and to Atlantis. Then then Atlantis, which was 16,000 years ago, they say that it was the greatest civilization until now, and instead they created electrical appliances with the things from the last civilization. Yeah, I can say that. I can say that it has been hard, but and I crammed a lot. Anyway, the thing about Atlantis is that Thoth, which is I'm not sure if he's talking about like the god or the person that created like those very stupid books from cryptid from like I don't know like I would say like fake. Huh. One thing this uh, monitor disconnected. Give me 1 second. Connected alone. That's crazy. Ouch. See if it works. Okay, that probably connected it. Let's see. Oh, that's weird. Completely black. Check. It's acting up as if it's connected, but it's completely black. Let me check something. Check. Mm-hmm. Man, I guess it's one of those. Oh, doing dishes may look a bit, but your connection seems good. No, my connection is good. Give me 1 moment. I will have to restart, so I will have to make sure that my thing doesn't get disconnected while I do that, which is easy. I just have to press a button and make sure it follows what I say. Ah, let me couple of seconds. Stream system. No, no, no. Stop. Okay, give me 1 second. I will be back because I can't do this with one monitor. I will have just to say this. Weird shit. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, probably this PNG, this black screen it's extremely large. Shouldn't have made it this large. I hope it's not a. Let me see. Okay, let's restart. I completely forgot about voice meter. I always forget about voice meter. Angry. Ah, angry. I don't have an angry one, but imagine I do. I forgot about the voice meter. Anyways, Atlantis, for what I can tell, uh, went like that for a while. It went everything well, and suddenly had like a leader called Agasha. 10,000 years ago. This Agasha was a reincarnation of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Right? They continue reincarnating one over and over again. This guy called Grand Neorain Matrayer tried the true and tested method of destroying political opponents by killing them. They tried to they killed the whole family of Jesus Christ, and but one of them survived, who was Jesus' son, who was Agasha in this one, named Amon, and Amon basically escaped to Egypt and became Amon Ra. And then basically on what's happening right now, that the last 14,000, the last 4,000 years ago, around the globe, different civilizations preached different things. In Egypt, it is Amon the Second, who was actually like the son of Jesus Christ, continued to preach and make pyramids. And basically, on one of the funniest things I have ever heard, this guy called Rient or Crod, who you would say, ah, this must be like a French prince or something like that. No, he is an Incan prince, king of the Incan people, and he basically was the one that made sure the Incas stopped like worshiping God as if he was a space traveling astronaut. You can hear me, right? Yes, yes, you can hear me. Uh, oh, also, by the way, while this was happening, the Incan people were tricked by lizard people to do sacrifices, so that they couldn't evolve. This Earl crowd uh, was later like reincarnated as Siddhartha, Gautama Siddhartha, or as they know as he's known, as Buddha. Then, like 3,000 years ago, Zeus appeared as Zeus finally instead of his like stupid name, and basically did things that if you read anything about Greek mythology, you would think that this is bullshit because Zeus apparently was a patron of the arts in this thing. Then basically, then you have Moses, like the guy that was Moses revived as Moses, and basically did the Moses thing, parting the sea, blah 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 blah, escaping with the Jews, and basically that's it. That's basically it. Like for what I can read, this crazy shit, it's theosophical. It's basically theosophically, no, theosophic, yeah, theosophy. There you go, theosophy to the nth degree, with a bit of what do you call it, Gnosticism, without without any kind of study of Gnosticism, but yet yes of theosophy. Theosophy, for those that don't know, was a religious movement that basically said that everything was real. Happy science, instead, is everything was real, but it was actually ghosts and aliens and ghost aliens. So back to my house. So that was basically it. Ah, I know it was shortish, but I think you got the basic idea of the world by Ryuho Okawa. Obviously, I skipped the whole modern age part. Like, most of it is about ghosts. Most of it is about ghosts. But it's not like Scientology ghosts, it's more like that. And if you continually read about it, you'll see that basically everyone that I like, and by I like means the writer, is a six-dimensional being, and everyone who I don't like is actually a fourth-dimensional person that will be trapped in hell. It's kind of like Dante's Inferno, but with aliens. Someone should write Dante's Inferno, but with aliens. Someone should write it. It's more, I could ask ChatGPT with that. Let's do that. Hey, ChatGPT, write Dante's Inferno, but assume that it's about aliens instead of hell. Okay. Wow, he wrote a lot. Let's see. In the middle of my life celestial journey, I found myself in a realm of obscure and near. Abandoned, I gazed upon the cosmic expanse, stars and galaxies, and boundless cosmic dance. Canto 2, The Alien Gate. A luminous being of extraterrestrial grace, a guide from a distant unknown place, with luminous eyes and shimmering skin, led Dante forth through space whirlwind. Ah. In this alien line, the souls run free, their bodies transformed in ways Dante could not foresee. They yearn for sensation beyond human measure, their lustful desire a profound alien treasure. Wow, this guy knows how to rhyme. Write about the fears that finds in his alien journey, being the same historical people he finds, but in alien torture. There you go. Wow, let's see. Instead of like people like they wrote about something else. Okay, the alien conqueror. Napoleon once conquered bold and ground, now imprisoned in alien's iron hand. For every battle he had ever won, he faced relentless torment never done. That's lame. Edison, the inventor of electrical light. In an alien machine trapped day and night, electric shock coursed through his frame, an eternal torment, a never-ending flame. That one's good. That one's cool. Shakespeare, the bard of eloquent prose, now composed verses of endless woes. His poetic word twisted into cries of pain. In the alien realm, his genius was in vain. I don't know what you said there. You tried to rhyme, but I don't like it. Socrates, the philosopher wise and just, now faced an alien relentless mental thrust. Question without answer and relentless quest. In the comet's real, he found no rest. Hey, they tried to do a rhyme with rhyme. Let's see. Dante met a figure from his own time, a diplomat once praised for reason and rhyme. Now trapped in a diplomatic web so tight, in this alien realm his words ignited fright. Yeah. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. Anyways, I guess that was a short stream for today. I hope you guys, you guys, rather, I hope you like to know about this. I will be streaming in the night something else. I know it was a short one and people didn't come that much. But I really enjoyed your company. Thank you for coming, and I will continue. I think I will sleep a bit because I'm kinda tired. So yeah, I guess it's a see ya until tonight. See ya soon. Okay, let's see.